Good afternoon, everyone. Um, I just thought I'd pop on here for 10 minutes and do a short video on Parkinson's disease. Um, a friend of mine asked me if I would put one on. I've not done one for a wee while. You can find all my videos on my YouTube channel, Gra Thompson. Yeah, that's it, Gra Thompson. Um, to be honest, I hope if the videos help one person, then it's been worthwhile. But on a selfish note, I find them very therapeutic to do as well, and hopefully informative. Um, Pre-COVID, I volunteered with Parkinson's UK, and as part of that role, I went into care homes and medical facilities, and I did seminars for the care staff, the support staff, nurses, OTs, and physios, and anybody else who was interested in coming along, just to give them an idea of the individuality of the disease and the importance of medication and just things like that. And I really enjoyed it. I say technically, I was a volunteer for Parkinson's UK. I technically still am, and hopefully it'll be resuming again shortly. The problem now is I can't drive, so but Denise has, which will make it a wee bit more planning involved. But Denise has kindly said that she would, if I arranged them for certain days, she would be able to take me. So it should still be fine. I should still be able to do them. But while I've not been doing that, I've put some videos up on here and on my YouTube channel for anyone who's interested, or anyone who knows anyone who has Parkinson's. This is my story. Everyone who has Parkinson's is unique. So what one person gets, another person might not get. So don't take everything that I say as a gospel that somebody else might get, because it's not the case. They might not. Um, so yeah, um, it's an individual disease, and for those of you who don't know, it's a neurological disease, and the cells in the brain that produce dopamine die off. So they reckon by the time that the disease actually shows externally, about 80% of the dopamine cells have already died. And once they're dead, they're dead. Um, you can get medication that can try and replicate the dopamine cells. But at the moment, there's no cure to the disease, although organisations like Parkinson's UK and Michael J. Fox Foundation in America, and other foundations are strenuously trying to raise enough money and try to get a cure for the disease. So hopefully that's the case. And yeah, time will tell. But they're certainly working hard enough, and that's all you can ask, really. It's funny, people, when I used to go to the seminars, Parkinson's seminars, I speak to other people with Parkinson's, and we would say the top 5 things that people would say to people with Parkinson's, and the top 4 that we used to say to each other were always right. Maybe the 5th one was different, but the first one people always say is, "You don't look like you have Parkinson's disease," which is really interesting. But that's the top one people say. You don't look like you have it. That's strange. Yeah, but I still have it. But you don't look like it. But it's okay. Or you're too young. Lots of young people. I'm not young, but lots of young people in their 30s and 40s are getting Parkinson's disease now. It's called young onset Parkinson's disease. So you're not too young. At least it's not cancer. That's another one we get. Or don't worry, it'll get better. Right, okay, whatever. Or you need to exercise more. I hear that's good for Parkinson's. That is actually true. If you are able, exercise is good for Parkinson's. It's good for your mobility, but it's limited to the amount of exercise that you're physically able to do. But yeah, it is good for your mind and it's good for your body. It's not a cure, but it's like whatever you've got, whether you're healthy or you have anything going on, exercise is always a good thing. All the comments are all well intentioned, and yeah, they're all innocent and well intentioned comments from people who probably care, but they don't know anything about the disease, and that's okay as well, because I didn't know anything about it either before I was diagnosed. So it's totally understandable. People always think of Parkinson's disease with the resting tremor, and that's true. Most people with Parkinson's disease have a tremor at some point. Not all, but a lot do. Excuse me. And then slowness of movement and stiffness. If you were to see someone with Parkinson's, probably without the medication, you would see someone who was walking slowly, shuffling their feet. Perhaps one hand was tremoring and the other hand was tremoring as well. And they might be stooped because of the pain in the back and the pain in the neck. And they might have balance issues and gait issues. But it was a stereotypical image people had, but it's still a true image. But would it surprise you if I said to you that wasn't the worst? That although it's pretty rubbish, not being able to walk properly, or being in constant pain, or freezing on the spot where your feet stop. Your brain tells your feet to stop for no apparent reason. So it's tricky, and the things like the cramps and all the physical issues are really tricky. But would it necessarily surprise you if I said that wasn't the worst? As I said, excuse me, sometimes it's the things you can't see that are the worst. And that could be the same with lots of things. The things you can see, you can deal with. And other people can make allowances for you. They can, you can use a walker, you can use a wheelchair. People will open the door for you. People will maybe give you time, or maybe give you space, because they can see there's something going on there. But it's the things in Parkinson's that can't be seen that can be even worse. The constant nightmares, the REM at night, which is REM, sleep behaviour, where you dream all night and your dreams are vivid. They're so vivid that you actually live out your dreams in your sleep, whether that's in the shape of shouting, talking, kicking out, punching, whatever it is. And it's constant all night when you're sleeping. And you wake up in the morning more tired than you were when you went to bed. It's the prostate problems, where you seem to be peeing about a gallon of urine a night, or it could be the constipation. All really nice things that go hand in hand with Parkinson's that people would never know. Why would you? Or it could be the delirium, where you hallucinate, where you see things that are not there, where you get paranoid, where you can lose part of a day or a whole day, some people, or the Parkinson's dementia as the disease progresses. Or it could just be the depression, or the anxiety, or the fear. Because although Parkinson's, you're right, it's not cancer, and it's not anything that with a diagnosis sometimes where it's a firm prognosis what's going to happen. I think a lot of people with Parkinson's, the fear is that they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know how quickly the disease is going to progress, or how slow it's going to progress. And the fear and the depression and the anxiety all go hand in hand with neurological diseases. Or it's when your eyes get dry, or your speech is sometimes softer and harder to understand. The memory problems. And you could have swollen problems, you could have dysphagia, you could have, as I say, cramps in your hands, cramps in different parts of your body. I think that's probably enough, really, because I'm going to start depressing. If I'm not depressing you, it'll be depressing me. But it's just to let you know that there's parts of any disease that you can see, and there's parts of any disease that you can't see. And it's just learning to understand, if you can or if you want to, what is involved for individual people. It's funny, I was speaking to someone the other day as well. The cocktail of medication you take, you sometimes wonder that what they'll do, and do they really help? And the answer is obviously, of course they do. Because if you remember back when, a time that I didn't take my medication, and that's not a pretty sight. That's not a place that you want to go to. You don't want to go back to that place. They allow me and many other people to function on a daily basis that we normally wouldn't be able to function. And they do a wonderful job. I always say to Denise, though, I look in the mirror and it's like, it should happen, Parkinson's, when you're so gorgeous. And she'll give me a slap, and she'll say, it's okay for me to say that, but not for you to say that. But yeah, they say that laughing's good for the soul. So, and that is true. Denise and I were at a seminar once, and it was just all about laughing, and it really is. It is good for the soul. It's not a pity party. It's someone explained it best to me as it's a grieving process for what you've lost or what you're losing. But it's like an acceptance of different things to come and a different way of life to come. And that's the way we have to try on looking at is what's, you will miss what you had and you can't do. I miss driving, I miss running, I miss all these things, but it's trying to focus your attention now on things that you can do. And I think that's the important thing. Sorry, there's somebody just parking their car there and I didn't know who it was. So yeah, hopefully this has been a positive thing for everyone. I didn't mean it to sound depressing, honestly I didn't. If you have any questions about Parkinson's, just message me and let me know, and I'll get back to you. But I appreciate you listening to me. And I said before, it is what it is, and I enjoy different things now. I enjoy poetry, I enjoy writing poetry, I enjoy writing song lyrics, and it's just a different way of life. But yeah, so if you want to check out my YouTube channel, GRA Thompson, and it would be great to see you there. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye bye.